Cup.
Mother Nature has come through, the crowd flowing in on a gorgeous night for First Kick, the first ever MLS kick in Houston at Robertson Stadium on the campus of the University of Houston, as tonight a new chapter starts being written in Houston professional sports. The debut of MLS in town, the league's 11th season. Tonight the first ever game for the Houston Dynamo, matched up against the Colorado Rapids, and it's now on FSN.
In Houston, there are many places to care, but few where you can lead. Welcome to Opportunities with the Methodist Hospital System, where leading technologies connect with world-class resources, people, and rewards. Make an impact in so many lives, including your own. Apply today at MethodistHealth.com. Methodist, leading medicine.
At Wingstop, it's all about the wings. We sauce them, we toss them, they're awesome. Original hot, teriyaki, Cajun, lemon pepper, Hawaiian barbecue, mild, garlic parmesan, and atomic. Always fresh, never pre-cooked.
What do you want? What do you want? You want wings? You want the Wingstop.
Major League Soccer begins its second decade, and if it's anything like the first one, there are plenty of kicks ahead. With players like Landon Donovan, Freddie Adu, and many, many others, the future looks very bright. And after 2 MLS Cup victories and a move to Houston, the Dynamo starts a new tradition in the Space City next on FSN. A balmy Sunday evening in Houston, an early portion of Dynamo home field advantage perhaps, as a little history gets made at Robertson Stadium tonight here in Houston, Texas. Good evening, thanks for joining us. Charlie Palillo, glad to be joined by John Doyle, former U.S. Olympian, U.S. World Cup team member, and former member as a player and coach of the San Jose Earthquakes, who are now the Houston Dynamo. So, John, no expansion team growing pains here.
Absolutely not. This was a team, Charlie, that was the best team in the regular season last year, and I expect that they will contend for a title this season.
Talent all over the field. On the Houston side, perhaps the most electrifying performer as you start putting names with faces and skills, number 14, Dwayne DeRosario.
Yeah, and he was the MVP last season for me. He's a player that's creative, attacks from deep in the midfield. He's electrifying, scores some great goals.
2 years running, named the Goal of the Year scorer in MLS, Dwayne DeRosario. On the Colorado side, a 500 team a year ago, some transition in the roster, and taking a shot in terms of firepower with a player who, well, kind of at a crossroads, Clint Mathis.
Clint Mathis was one of the best players in America years ago, and now he's somebody who needs to really make things up. This is a second chance for him.
No more Mohawk, they're hoping more goals. Absolutely, for the Rapids. It's a warm night, but people have been waiting on this game in Houston for a long time. The clocks moved forward this morning. It's fast forward for MLS in Houston. The Dynamo and Colorado Rapids straight ahead on FSN.
If safety is your goal, Fabinco is your gate. Fabinco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
One step ahead this morning with McDonald's Tasty Chicken Biscuit. Right now, get one for only $1. Because mornings shouldn't be scary.
Spokesperson for Jim Adler.
You get hurt in a car wreck, you call Jim Adler the same day.
I'm Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. We'll come to you and start working on your case right then.
Thanks to Jim Adler's help, you can get what's fair and what's right.
Truck or car wreck? Call me right now and we'll come to you.
Spokesperson for Jim Adler.
With Mr. Adler's help, you could get the money that you really deserve.
The sooner you call, the sooner I can help you. Truck or car wreck? Call me right now and we'll come to you.
At Auto Insurance Discounters, we work harder to save you money.
We're an independent agency with the ability to shop multiple top-rated companies to find you the best deal.
If you have a great driving record, we put you with a company that rewards you.
If you have a bad driving record, we find the company with the lowest rates.
In fact, if we can't lower your premium, we'll pay you $500 in cash.
Call Auto Insurance Discounters at 713-789-AUTO.
We welcome you back, Robertson Stadium, on the campus of the University of Houston. Minutes away from first kick 2006 for the Houston Dynamo and Colorado Rapids. This is Charlie Pullo working alongside John Doyle this evening. And pregame pomp and circumstance, the Dynamo taking the field, representing Houston for the first time with their orange unis, looking quite spiffy, I might add. Youth soccer, so huge in this community, and to the development from the grassroots on up. Pretty good scene here, John.
This is incredible. What a great day for Houston. You look at these players. They've done their preseason. Hey, they are ready to go. They're dying to get playing.
All right, from the player's perspective or the coach's perspective, you've worn both hats. What are you most anticipating or on edge about before the opener?
I think you're excited because you're saying to yourself, okay, all these meaningless games are done. I'm getting ready. I can play soccer for games that count. The goals count.
Pre-game, U.S. Navy flyover bearing down on the stadium, and U.S. Olympic gold medal winning speed skater Chad Hedrick from Spring, Texas, just north of Houston, to conduct the ceremonial first kick. Coming back, the opening kickoff. First time ever for the Houston Dynamo versus the Colorado Rapids. Next on FSN.
Rich in history and tradition, a cosmopolitan league with players from over 260 nations, shown in over 150 countries, 450 million people watching worldwide. Barclays English Premier League. Get ready for the start of a golden era this season. A league known for its frenetic pace has now become a battleground for renowned coaches and world-class stars. Competition is stronger, victory is harder. Elements leading to a dramatic finish. Barclays English Premier League on Fox Soccer Channel.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Actor, comedian Rob Schneider. What do he and Barry Bonds have in common? Plus, Memphis coach John Calipari. How can the young Tigers take the next step next year? And first baseman Kevin Millar. Why leaving Beantown is the key to his bounce-back year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this week at 10:30.
FSN Houston turns on the Bayou City to bring you complete home team coverage you won't get anywhere else. With hundreds of live events each year, FSN Houston highlights your hometown heroes like no one else can. FSN Houston is dedicated to passionate fans, giving you VIP access to your hometown team. Houston fans go first. FSN Houston.
A lot of reflection and soul-searching went into this decision. So it is with great excitement that I announced my commitment to Fox College Sports.
Reggie, do you deny that you receive over 800 live college events?
Let's just say it's going to look mighty nice on my 52-inch widescreen.
To order Fox College Sports, call 1-877-2-GET-FCS.
Nice and easy. Hey, guys. Hustle up! Let's go! Come on! Way to go. Good job.
This Houston Dynamo broadcast is being brought to you by Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. By Mambo Seafood. For every Dynamo goal, Mambo Seafood donates $100 to the Dynamo Kicks for Kids program. By Fab&Co, the world leader in self-closing safety gates. And by Hyatt Regency, official hotel of the Houston Dynamo. The inaugural kickoff just minutes away. Houston Dynamo and Colorado Rapids tonight here at Robertson Stadium on the campus of the University of Houston. Pre-game festivities winding down. We'll have the ceremonial first kick and then the actual kick to this 2006 season. Charlie Palillo working alongside John Doyle. And John, as the Dynamo tries to create some instant home field advantage, mojo, something to live up to. This was a team that was undefeated at home last year in San Jose.
Yeah, the San Jose team had a phenomenal home season record. The home field, they defended it. I think they've tried to instill the same thing here with the small field, 68 yards wide by about 110 yards.
In the foreground, that's MLS Commissioner Don Garber in town to take a look as MLS welcomes Houston to the league. Its 11th year of existence. Reigning champion of the league, the LA Galaxy. And John, in my pregame reading, or week reading up to the game, Galaxy, Dynamo, New England Revolution, more places than not mentioned as perhaps the elite group starting the season. Where might you come in on that?
Yeah, I think the same. I think the New England Revolution, great team. Kansas City Wizards have a good team. Houston's probably your team. Los Angeles last year had a poor regular season and then really came on strong in the playoffs.
Fernando Clavijo, head coach of the Colorado Rapids, last season 13 wins, 13 losses, and 6 ties. Did advance to the Western Conference Final before losing to the eventual champion LA Galaxy. Style of play for the Rapids.
The Rapids, basic style, 4-4-2. They're going to have Joe Cannon in the back as the goalkeeper, anchoring things down. He comes up with a lot of big-time saves. I don't think they're really going to come out and attack a lot. I think that's going to be for Houston to do. They will come out and get all over them.
Posing for the initial starting 11 team picture before the first ever game. And we're about set to go. Colorado, an original MLS franchise. 10 prior opening games. Colorado has never won one. 9 of the 10 games played on the road. Maybe a little concern with an early season blizzard that they've been sent away from Denver. But Colorado 0-8-2 in its 10 prior season openers. So you couple that with the Dynamo not losing any games at home this season. They're hoping to continue both of those trends, albeit starting one in a new city. Chad Hedrick out at center field with the ceremonial first kick. And we're about to get a franchise underway. 4-4-2 alignment that you alluded to, John, and we'll cover some basics as we go for those perhaps watching a first professional soccer telecast. 4-4-2, basic philosophy behind that alignment as well.
The 4-4-2 is you never count the goalkeeper when you do your systems. You play 4 in the back, you play 4 in the midfield, and you play 2 forwards. But it really changes when the game starts. That's kind of a paper thing. You throw it on paper and say, this is the way we'd like to play. Once the game starts, everybody's everywhere.
The Dynamo in San Jose last season gave up the fewest goals in MLS, but also comes with plenty of firepower. So here's to a new team in MLS starting 2006, and the home team gets the first touch. Alejandro Moreno puts it in play to Brian Ching, and away we go. 2 45-minute halves. And the ball immediately played to the near sideline.
And that's not the start you want. You want to do the first thing you do. You want to do it right. You want to make sure you do something good.
Midfield ball, number 5, Beckerman for Colorado, a player who's considered key to this team. And we mentioned Clint Mathis in the open, a guy who they're hoping to score plenty of goals since they traded away their leading scorer last year, Jeff Cunningham, who was 3rd in MLS with 12 goals scored. Dynamo working out of its own end now. In the midfield, that's Di Rosario cutting through your screen. He's the initial playmaker. Starting lineup for the Houston Dynamo, sponsored by Methodist Hospital. Pat Onstadt, best goaltender in this league last year. Across the D-line, Andre Serio, newest player. We'll follow on that as we go. You get to the Houston midfield. Dwayne Di Rosario, number 14, tremendous skills. And up front, Brian Ching, playing for the U.S. national team, and also Alejandro Moreno. On the Rapid side of the ledger, Joe Cannon, veteran goalkeeper and a good one. Rapids lineup presented by Fab&Co. Pablo Mastroeni, key player on this team.
Pablo Mascherano, one of the best defensive midfielders in the league. They've dropped him back into the defensive center of the defense role. He's terrific.
Midfield, we mentioned Beckerman and Dede Bendayan. We're told Dede works fine. He has some firepower. And then up front, Clint Mathis, the player being counted on to produce a lot for this Rapids team this year.
Yeah, you look for Mathis. He has to get the ball. He has to receive it. He's not going to work extremely hard to get it, but once he gets it, he's very dangerous. Great passer and it has a good shot.
All right, first set up in the forward end. The ball sailed across. And across the line, goal kick coming for Colorado. Balmy night in Houston. Nothing unusual about that. And Colorado, thin air, cooler climate. Conditioning could come into play tonight?
I think they all do preseason in Florida. Houston, they're all over where it's warm weather. I think it shouldn't play a big role yet. I think this summer, in July and August, they'll get pretty hot here, and I think the Dynamo will have a big advantage.
The goalkeeper Cannon to play out of his own end.
And look to Joe to hit it about 5 to 10 yards past midfield. Not a real strong kicker.
De Rosario gets ahead on it for Houston. And that's Beckerman for the Rapids. Nice tackle, and that's Serio, the new player, acquired the week before the season. How tough to integrate him in so quickly?
I think that's the one thing we have to look at with Houston today is how the back four work together. It's a new thing. Pat Onstad is really going to have to organize them in the back.
3 minutes into the Dynamo's first ever game, we'd like to thank Wingstop and all of our Major League Soccer sponsors for allowing us to bring you tonight's game without interruption. MLS very fan-friendly in that respect.
And so far, not really the start that I would have expected out of Houston. I really thought they would have came out. So far, it's been Colorado that's brought some balls in.
The far side throw-in coming for the Rapids. First winger to do so. And that's Jovan Karofsky. Plays to the box. And that's cleared out. Another transition opportunity for the Dynamo. And that's De Rosario. A chance to get in some space, but Petke back for the Rapids.
And that's the dangerous thing that the Houston Dynamo can do.
Play on, says the official. And 1 referee, 2 assistant referees, and an off-field 4th member of the crew.
Yeah, and the center official, he's the man who makes all the decisions. He gets some help from the side officials.
Alex Preuss, the head referee tonight. Dynamo wearing the brand new orange jerseys, white shorts. Colorado Rapids in the blue with black piping. Home teams typically wear the colored tops.
And Houston is going to want to attack wide. When they possess the ball, keep it. They want to get it wide and get crosses into Alejandro Moreno.
Ball played ahead by Clark. And cleared from danger there by the Rapids. That's Dede.
I don't know about that one. It looked like De Rosario was by him. Dede had a little position. Look at it. He just has body position. He's not playing the ball as much as De Rosario is.
Dede sells it and gets the call, so the Rapids play out of their own end. Long ball ahead. And headed back. Serio to the goalkeeper, Pat Onstad, 38 years old and evidently not slowing with age.
Not at all. He's one of the steadiest goalkeepers in the league. He's someone that I would have loved to play with. An excellent goalkeeper.
0.97 goals against average last season in San Jose. Best in MLS.
And to describe him as steady.
Ball played in the box. Onstad takes that easily, and the Dynamo works out.
This is a dangerous opportunity here, the way Mullen's wide open.
Giveaway, an opportunity. Brian Ching. To Wade Barrett playing up ahead. Left-footed shot over the crossbar. Best early scoring opportunity of the game, and it goes to the Dynamo.
And that is some great soccer from Houston, knocking it around, a good opportunity. Great ball laid back by Wade Barrett, and Ricardo Clark smashing it over the top.
Left-footed blast, about 2-3 feet away from the first goal in Dynamo history. Fans, enjoy a Houston Dynamo game from the privacy of your own press box suite at Robertson Stadium, or bring a corporate group, a club, or an association to the game. Feast on a great pregame meal catered by Irma's Southwest Grill in the VIP Hospitality Village, and prime seating all together. Call the premium seating hotline at 713-276-7526. And don't forget to ask about Dynamo club seats, midfield seating, parking, and dinner before the game. Call 713-276-7526. Here's Clark, who had the threat just a moment ago. De Rosario in the center circle. Plays toward the near side, and Colorado lets that slide across the near sideline for the throw-in.
And Ricardo Clark is perfectly capable of attacking from deep in the midfield also. It's not just De Rosario. Ricardo Clark's a great player.
Loose ball off the throw-in. Chip down to the Colorado end. And De Rosario picks up an earned kick to Clark in the middle. That's Wade Barrett off on the left side. To Goldthwait moving up. A nice cross to the box, but the goaltender Cannon able to steer it.
Yeah, and I think you got a little taste of Kevin Goldthwait's ability to cross balls. Wade Barrett can play in the back also, so they'll be interchanging all night long.
Onstad plays to Gray. And to the 9th minute. No score, first ever game, and the crowd still filing in here at Robertson Stadium.
And here's where they're just being patient, keeping the ball, knocking it around, trying to pull Colorado out so that they could swing the ball to an open area. And our two outside backs are terrific. With Kevin Goldthwait can smash a ball, and so can Kelly Gray. They can knock a ball 60, 70 yards on a dime.
Clark take it down, and there'll be a kick coming for the Dynamo.
Be a long night for Clint Mathis if he's having to chase around Ricardo Clark. Ricardo Clark has great athleticism.
Ball lofted ahead. And the Rapids just fire that down toward the other end. Serio knocks that down. And Ricardo Clark plays ahead on the left side. Moreno tries to run that down but won't get there.
And it was a good idea. Just couldn't find him. Alejandro Moreno making a good bent run, trying to play the ball into space to him.
Dady for the Rapids. And they work it back to Cannon to keep it.
And here's where they have to pressure up. Houston has to pressure. They can't have such a deep line. Their four defenders in the back have to be higher. And try to really...
And Alejandro Moreno. First player to get nicked up a little bit. And that's Clint Mathis. Down for the Rapids. Had a real bad season in Salt Lake, scored only 3 goals in 27 games, and tough being on an expansion team, but when you're being counted on to be the real offensive threat on an expansion team, 3 goals in 27 games, not going to cut it. He's not there anymore.
Yes, he had a tough go in Salt Lake. You hope well for him. You hope that he does well here in Colorado. Not tonight, of course, but during the season, because he is a terrific player with a lot of ability on the ball. He's one of those players you pay to watch, so he has to live up to what he's capable of.
Just a bad year or difficulty for a veteran quality player struggling going to an expansion team?
I think it had a lot to do with the team also. It wasn't just Clint Mathis. Yeah, he took a lot of the brunt, but I don't think the team played particularly well, and they were an expansion team, and they'll get better this season, and they saw it fit to send him somewhere else.
MLS starting its second decade, you're looking at the only player in league history to record a 5-goal game. Mathis did that back in the 2000 season with the formerly named Metro Stars, now Red Bull New York.
Yeah, that was quite an evening. He was on fire. That's when he was probably at the top of his game. Then he went to Germany and played real well, played in the World Cup, scored a good goal against Poland, and from there on it's kind of been downhill for him.
Clock turning now in the 12th minute. Stoppage time allows for injuries and other halts in play. And the referee keeps all official time on the field.
And they're going to let Joe Cannon play this out with the feet. He knocks it a little longer, and they're dropping deep. Oh, he's had a bad one.
Wide left. A very unforced error.
Yeah, that's something when he has it at his feet. He has to do better than that.
Kelly Gray with the throw in. Chips ahead a return pass.
Yeah, see Pablo Mastroianni, strong defender. Ooh, bad tackle.
Eric Denton with the takedown.
Yeah, Alejandro Moreno's a tough character, though. He may fall down, but he's not hurt, that's for sure. Kelly Gray's going to have a strike at this, knocking it to the far post.
And does get it across.
See Kevin Goldthwait with an overlap.
That's De Rosario. Takes 13 minutes, and the Houston Dynamo logs the first goal in the history of the franchise. 2 passes, and it's 1-0 Dynamo.
And that is a great goal, and it's great the way the build-up was. It went wide. Kevin Goldthwait overlapped, and Wade Barrett went onto the middle. You'll see this is great stuff by Wade Barrett. A good turn, sees it, finds Brian Ching, and Brian Ching does what he does best. In that 6-yard box, he's deadly. What a finish. Start off, good ball by Kelly Gray, open him out, pulling him out. Ball comes in, Wade Barrett keeps running, and Dwayne finds him with a spot-on pass. Little turn. Look at Brian Ching. Just a nick. You don't need a lot. Joe Cannon could do nothing about that one.
Got inside the defender, Denton, and the Dynamo with a 1-0 lead. Play into its 14th minute. And Colorado, you thought would play it conservative, almost hoping to capitalize on a Houston mistake if it was to win the game tonight, and the Rapids might have to adjust philosophy early.
Yes, and now they have to come out and they have to attack, which is going to play right into the hands of the Houston Dynamo. They're going to have to come out and try to take it to them. And when they open up, that's when De Rosario is so dangerous at making those runs.
So Brian Ching, a week and a half ago, playing for the U.S. national team in 35-degree weather in a friendly in Germany. He's adapted to the heat and humidity of Houston quite well.
Brian Ching's a great player.
Colorado with a threat, and just like that, we're tied. That's about a 30-yarder, and that's a stunner. Kyle Beckerman.
I don't think anybody expected that out of Kyle Beckerman, and he finished it like it was a bomb on a laser into the far post. Again, the Houston Dynamo, you have to pressure a little more. But, I mean, who's going to hit something from 35 yards? That's an incredible goal.
Drilled to the far post. Are you even anticipating a shot from him at that spot on the field?
No, not at all. You're thinking he's going to pass and no one pressured, and I don't think anybody thought he was going to shoot.
So 1-1. Play in the 15th minute.
We got ourselves a game here.
Beckerman matches his 2005 goal total in the first 15 minutes of the season, and that was a rocket.
Yeah, that was a terrific goal out of Kyle Beckerman.
23 years old, starting his 7th season already in MLS, so it didn't quite start at the Freddie Adu age, but gave it a go.
Yeah, and he played for John Ellinger in the U17 program with Landon Donovan and those guys, and he's a good player in the midfield. He's a holding midfielder. And obviously he has a good shot. And you see Clint Mathis with
second time now.
Yeah, that's something you don't like to see. Want to see Clint Mathis healthy and able to play. Looks like they're going to make a sub. That's not good for Clint Mathis.
Number 14, Fabrice Noel. Coming on for the Rapids. Each team allowed 3 substitutions in Major League Soccer during the course of the game.
And Noel, a quick player, tricky. He's going to pose a lot of... He's a dangerous player. They have to keep their eye on him.
Moreno touches to De Rosario. And again, they swing it to the far side, trying to open up the field.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to pull Colorado out, and this is dangerous. A dangerous situation.
side with a terrific challenge. As Noel on the field for about a minute. And had a heck of a scoring opportunity.
And in that instant, you're back four. If there's no pressure on the ball, you have to retreat. You can't pressure the ball there because they're going to find you. Noel is extremely fast, as we saw. Great save by Pat Onstad, though.
Ching to Rosario in midfield, 360 moves. Brian Mullen taken down.
Yeah, and that's a bad tackle. You saw that coming. Pablo Mastroianni, he takes no prisoners when he's in defensive third, and came in extremely hard. Hopefully Brian Mullen's all right.
Moving toward the 18th minute, Houston Dynamo 1, Colorado Rapids 1. Dynamo striking first, Brian Ching with the first ever goal for the Dynamo. And the Rapids responding in rapid fashion. 35-yard goal, Kyle Beckerman for the visitors. Charlie Palillo alongside John Doyle, former MLS player and coach. Dynamo wearing the home orange uniforms, orange tops, white shorts, black and blue for Colorado, and the way they've been committing a couple of tackles, they're causing some.
Yeah, I think Brian Mullen's going to be black and blue down his shin. That was a pretty tough tackle, and there wasn't much done about it.
Mark to Mullen, across to the box. De Rosario plays over to Barrett. Marked by Wingert for the Rapids. Borowski clears across midfield. Numbers back that time for the Dynamo, and the play back to Onstad.
Yeah, and Colorado has made a change. They put Jovan Karowski into the middle, the offensive midfielder role. That wasn't a bad tackle. You got to get up and chase back when that happens.
Susha says play on, and the Rapids do with Nicholas Hernandez. And the turnabout is fair play.
Yeah, hey. If he's gonna, the players are smart. If they see that, that's what we can get away with, then both teams will make sure they get away with it. They're not gonna miss anything.
Ricardo Clark got a hand on that ball, I think. Incidental, so the kick goes to the Rapids. It's Noel just in for the injured Clint Mathis. Plays across.
Great positioning by Ryan Cochran.
That's Brian Ching. Plays the left side to Barrett. Drops back. And again, fourth there, Rosario on the chase for Houston.
And as you see where the ball went there, that's probably where De Rosario should be. I know Coach Don McNair is probably telling him, hey, don't arrive too early. Wait, stay back and make late runs. That's when you're more dangerous.
How much game planning specifically gets done against De Rosario?
I think everybody's aware of him, and they know he's so dangerous, but no one can stop him when he arrives late. When he arrives early, easier. And here we're going to get our first opportunity to see a long throughout Adrian Saru. This is something that over the last 5-10 years has really become effective for teams with the guys who can throw the balls so far.
Saru acquired just last week from Red Bull New York. And he lets it rip into the box. Moreno trying to clear some space. Can't get to the ball.
Yeah, and
that'll be a Houston throw after the winger clear.
That's the one Wade Barrett. It comes over the top, and you have to believe it's going to get there. He's probably kicking himself on that one.
Borowski marked by Clark. And then the ball dumped downfield. Cochran will let that sail across the end line. Goal kick, Houston.
And you look at Colorado right now, they're going to drop. Well, they're not going to let them play out of the back. They're going to try to stay a little higher. Now they drop back in.
The 21st minute of play as Pat Onstad blasts out across the midfield line. And Wingert over the top of Ching. It's an indirect for Houston.
That was a good ball by Pat Onstad. He drove it in so that Brian Ching got position.
And a pass there. And a turnover gives it to the Rapids. Into the 22nd minute, Dynamo 1, Colorado Rapids 1 at Robertson Stadium. First ever MLS game in Houston. Goldthwait up high for that ball. Wade Barrett covers. Plays back to Serio.
can't do that out of the back. You've got to keep possession of the ball or find it over the top.
Dady, who chips ahead, headed out. Now Fabrice Noel. I guess we can go by Fabrice, as that's what he wears on the back of his number 14. And ahead comes the Dynamo. Brian Mullen.
Stay out of Brian Mullen's space here. Stay in the middle. He'll deliver.
Ching tries to shoot a gap again. And the ball sails over him. Offside call there?
Offsides call.
All right, first game in Houston. Lay it on, everybody, John.
It's the hardest thing to describe, but offsides is what you have the goalkeeper. When there's one player behind the ball, the player is offsides. I don't think I explained that too well.
A goalie and a defender must be further ahead of the play than the attacking player, right?
Yes, we're going to work on that.
And here we take a look.
And you look at it, and you see one player running behind the two. You still have Joe Cannon in there, so he made his run too early. He has to hold the run and wait for the ball. It's when the ball is struck, though.
Not an automatic call, but if there's any impact on the play, then the offside comes into play. How often does a defender try to specifically draw the offside as opposed to it happening during the course of play?
I would say most of the time you're trying to condense space, and you, instead of running with the player, you just step up and the players go into an offside position.
1-1 game here in the 23rd minute. The Houston Dynamo Foundation sponsors Kicks for Kids and is proud to participate in the Major League Soccer literacy program, Get a Kick Out of Reading. Both programs support literacy and education for local youth. All donations to the Dynamo Foundation are tax deductible. For more information on the Dynamo Foundation, please call 713-276-7512. Help the Dynamo as it supports the education of our youth.
You see Adrian Saru again doing well in the back, winning all the balls.
Mullen plays back to Gray. And Nicholas Hernandez challenged for Colorado. And the Rockets get the indirect.
A dangerous position. What you want here, you want to make sure, Charlie, they hold their line. They don't want to get too deep into the box, the 18-yard box. They want to hold the line, giving Pat Onstad room to see the ball.
Eric Denton to take it. Must be 10 yards clear of the free kicker, and a lot of jockeying for position inside the box.
This is where all the fighting starts. This is where everybody's trying to get in, and you're trying to hold them from getting there.
And floats it way too far. Goal kick Dynamo.
And that makes it easy for Pat Onstad, but you want to make sure you have that separation of space so you can see that ball floating in there.
It must be frustrating for an attacking player to not even give yourself a chance, but just sending them free out of bounds.
Even worse when you're a defender and you run all the way up the field and you hope for good service, and then you got to run all the way back. At least the forwards can stand there.
Kelly Gray advances along the near side. Drops for Brian Mullen. Ricardo Clark. And Colorado has a couple of guys marking Ching and De Rosario.
And that's good communication. Ryan Cochran able to up, and he's going to set things up here.
Mullen moving in from his right wing, taken down, and gets the call.
And you have words exchanged with Beckerman and Mullen. Both tough players.
Dwayne De Rosario, consecutive years, named the scorer of MLS's best goal.
Yeah, this is pretty far out, but that's what we said last year when he buried it into that.
Wrap it up early if he nets this. Chips to the box. Ching made a play on it. Petke heads over the far side, and Wade Barrett fires in a hurry for the Dynamo to Ching. Trips outside the box. Beckerman sends ahead to Fabrice Noel. Dynamo with two men back defensively.
Yeah, he's diving, he's begging for stuff there.
1-on-2, tough to get a call.
Yeah, and you can't just kick it and dive. You have to get some contact.
A 1-1 game, past the midway point now of the first half, entering the 27th minute. Good crowd at Robertson Stadium, and still people making their way in.
Man, he is really
down by Karofsky.
Yeah, he's letting them play. He's calling some little niggly fouls, but man, he's letting guys lay into each other.
Plenty of Dynamo t-shirts distributed to fans tonight. And the new orange unis, I presume, will be a hot seller. I went to Syracuse, you know, John, so I'm good with the orange.
You're going for the orange. The orange looks pretty good. I kind of liken it to Holland. You know, a very creative, attacking team, total football.
Clemson, prominent college program that wears some orange. Karofsky with a misplay, and De Rosario will leave it for the throw-in. Wade Barrett takes care of that. Wade Barrett, the captain of the Houston Dynamo.
Yeah, Wade Barrett was married this year earlier, has a wife. This is first year playing with a wife to support and all those things that come along with it. Congratulations to him.
Played, what, one season in Denmark, one in Norway before coming back to MLS last season. And that's Ching with space.
Brian Ching, if he could do that again, he would have hit that thing like a bomb first time. Again, another great long throw-in.
Oh, draws the ball down to himself and just couldn't quite get full blast with the left foot.
Yeah, and I'm thinking he's
good late defensive play too.
Excellent defensively. Brian Ching would love to have that one again. Maybe a head, just head it first time.
All right, our first corner kick.
Look to this to be to the near post. He's going to hit it hard in swinger.
Headed out by Beckerman. Ricardo Clark chases down toward midfield and taken down at the sideline. No call, throw in Colorado.
I think Ricardo Clark tripped right there. He got was attacked by the field monster. Tripped him up.
And a playing field which looks to be in terrific condition. Speaking with both Coach Dominic Kinnear and players, delighted that they went with the natural grass surface. The field turf had been considered, but they go with the stuff that cows can eat.
Yeah, the field turf is a good surface, but this is the best surface. You ask any player, they want to play on beautifully smooth grass.
1-1 game in the 29th minute. The Dynamo striking first. Brian Ching scoring for the home team, but just minutes later, Colorado with the equalizer. About a 35-yard blast from Kyle Beckerman. Cross there, headed out.
Excellent by
Goldthwaite.
Good positioning, good. They kept a good high line. So far, I've been impressed with the back four.
Moreno on the chase, and the Rapids played into the Dynamo defensive end of the field. That's Beckerman, the Colorado goal scorer, across to Denton. Edging up from defense. Plays to Noel. Two men in the area. Clark misses the tackle. And the Rapids try to set it up. Nice move to the inside. Beckerman tries with the right foot.
I don't think he's going to get two of those. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get two of those in one game. But it was a little better this time. They pressured out right away. As soon as the ball was teed up by Beckerman, they were out quickly to the ball.
It does result in the first Rapids corner kick. Terry Cook.
Terry
right-footed.
Yeah, and he's going to outswing this. Good delivery, Terry Cook has.
In the box, Goldthwaite gets ahead on that. And that'll be a foul on Denton, I believe.
And Brian Mullen has been on the turf all day long.
What's the worst thing about playing on field turf relative to the real stuff?
I just think the players love the natural grass. I think they like the smell of it. They like the surface. You don't get the burns. It's just a softer surface to play on. It's more forgiving.
Pat Onstad to play it out.
And when he plays it,
Ching flies for that.
And you see, he's taking it against Brian Ching. But you see Pat Onstad, it's always going to be Brian Ching as the focal point. Those balls are going to be flighted in, and he is the base that we play off of. He's going to try to flick balls on or play balls or control balls.
What's the balance between a right to the ball in the air versus crossing the line?
I think that varies on almost every ball. They change their minds, but I like the way he went up for that one. He was strong and made sure that he didn't get injured.
De Rosario and Beckerman jostle for that one. And a foul call against the Rapids. They got Karofsky a little bit ahead of the play. Carter Clark Back to Adrian Suriu. And across the field to Goldthwait, who plays into the midfield area for Wade Barrett, who is absolutely taken down. And there's the call. First yellow card in the Dynamo game, and it goes against the Rapids. And if you are new to the game, 2 yellows equal 1 red, meaning ejection. And there it is against Wingert. Quickly ahead, Brian Mullen for the Dynamo, but it crosses the goal line. Colorado will kick it out.
And it's good by Houston to play it quickly and get Brian Mullen 1v1 against someone. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get around him that time.
There's Wingert, who drew the yellow card.
And he has to be careful now. You know, he's made a mistake, and he's penalized for it. Now he can't go in real tough, or he's going to get a red card. So he has to really be careful from here on out.
Do you emphasize at all trying to challenge him more defensively, or you just play your game and hope he gets himself into another yellow?
I think you play your game, but you do take him on. If you're a player on his side, you're going to try to touch it and go around it and make him make decisions.
Barrett to Moreno. And he fires ahead toward the goal line. Nice chip across. Mullen keeps it alive. Into the box. Header attempt to Rosario. Couldn't quite get to it. And Suriu steps up, takes it away from Noel. Nice tackle. Referee says play on. But Noel pushes across the far sideline. And that'll be a Houston throw. Oh, we got a foul call.
It was a good attack by Suriu. And he's got to get back to base, so he's got to get back to the 4 in the back.
34th minute of play. Clock counting forward in MLS, and that's Dady down for Colorado. And the Rapids already losing Clint Mathis, and now be a second starting midfielder. Dady Ben Diane is not able to get up. 1-1 game, the Dynamo striking first. It was Brian Ching getting Houston on the board. Nice combination of passes leading to the goal.
Yeah, I think the buildup was the main thing, and Brian Ching's in the right position. Just a little touch, and there's his first goal of the season, and then a boom by Kyle Beckerman. What a great goal.
1 goal all last season. He matches that. So we're level. 1-1, just over 10 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, it looks like he's out, and it looks like Hunter Freeman's coming in. For the coaches, you don't want to have to make substitutions, especially in the first half. You want to save these substitutions for when you really need them. And now you're having to change things. You're changing set pieces, everything, because you want to make sure the player knows everything when he comes onto the field.
2 down, 1 to go in the sub department already for Colorado. Freeman, one of the youngest players on this team, just 21 years old, as he replaces Ben Diane.
And it looks like they're going to change things around a little bit, change your system around.
Well, the only man ahead for Colorado, but the ball winds back up with the Rapids. Nico and Noel. Nico with some room. Right foot drive, and Onstad just gets it over the crossbar.
Yeah, very impressive. Hey, by Hernandez, this is great stuff. Individual effort, taking players on. Again, you got to step to the ball closer. You can't let him have a free shot. Hey, but then Pat Onstad, Mr. Steady, no problem.
That look ticketed for the top corner. And Onstad keeps this game even. Corner from the Rapids. Header just wide as Karofsky had a good play on that ball. But a goal kick comes for the Dynamo. 36th minute of play. 2 45-minute halves. You're tied after regulation. 2 5-minute overtime periods. If you can't resolve by then, it goes down as a tie. In the standings, 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie. Obviously 0 for a loss. There, Rosario ahead from Mullen. Nice cross and a goal! Ching rings up number 2. And again, a 2-pass combination. De Rosario to Mullen and Ching or Ka-Ching, take your pick.
And what a terrific ball in by De Rosario. He plays it nice and early, and then Brian Mullen. Look at how he just delicately puts it in. He goes, here you go, Brian. Just have that one. What a goal. 2 goals. 1 more for a hat trick. He's so dangerous in the box. He's in that area. He's in that 6-yard box. That's where great goal scorers make their money, right there.
Brian Ching could be a part of the U.S. World Cup team this summer in Germany, and he strikes twice. And the Dynamo with a 2-1 lead now, late first half. And Rosario.
It couldn't have come at a better time, too. They were starting to be on their heels a little bit, the Dynamo, and now a goal is going to give them new life. It's things like this that will help Brian Ching to make the national team and make that World Cup team. He needs to make sure that he's doing well in these games, scoring goals, and he will make the team if he keeps that up.
I guess on opening day, you don't think of it at all as a mixed blessing if you're Dominic Kinnear or anyone associated with the Dynamo, but if he has the breakout year, and, well, he's not with the Dynamo in June, July.
The great thing about Coach Kinnear is he wants the players to play for the national team. He played for the national team, and he realizes what a great honor that is, and he would never hold a player from getting to play for their country.
One reason, for instance, the LA Galaxy maybe not given the full thought as the defending champion likely to repeat, with Landon Donovan certain to be gone from them this summer.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're thinking a lot about it, and they're a little worried about it, and they're thinking, hey, how are we going to handle this when Landon's gone? And all the teams have to start to think about that, and that's why you make sure you have a good reserve team and you have good players that aren't starters all the time have to be ready to play.
Raptors try to move. This is Nico in the middle of the field. Nicholas Hernandez. And the Dynamo comes away cleanly. This is Dwayne DeRosario firing ahead to the 2-goal man, Brian Ching. Rosario taken down. And there's the call.
And now you want the Dynamo to keep the ball a little bit. You have 6-7 minutes till halftime. You want to keep possession of the ball, keep knocking it around, pull Colorado out.
Special someone a happy birthday or anniversary in lights.
We're going to see it again. We're going to see the long throw.
Houston Dynamo.
Adrian's going to be tired after this game. It's not really the throw that's going to tire you out. It's having to get up and back every single time. So it'll be nice if they finish this. He doesn't have to run back as quick.
Coming from across the field on the back line.
Yeah. We'll look for a dummy run in front.
There it is from Barrett, and Ching cuts inside. Ball goes over him. Moreno tried to get a play on it. DeRosario keeps it alive for Houston. Working around 2 defenders. And Colorado chips ahead.
And when that ball goes into the corner, you see Dwayne DeRosario on it. He is probably one of the only people that you would see be able to get out of that situation. He could get out of a phone booth if he had to, with 2 players in it.
9 goals last season and led the whole league in assists with 13. More dangerous if you're opposing him as a goal-scoring threat or as a setup man. Pick your poison, I suppose.
Yeah, either one he's great at. He's great running with the ball. Another long throw, flick on.
DeRosario moves on toward Ching. And Colorado is able to clear.
This is quite a weapon for Houston now. The 2 long throwing specialists, Kevin Goldthwait and Adrian Saru.
DeRosario along the far sideline. Sends ahead. That's Ching, who scored twice already. Gets off a third. And Cannon is able to steer that to safety.
And an excellent ball put in. Good run behind. He's not in an offsides position. He cracks it with the left foot. Nice volley.
Great timing to avoid the offside call.
Now you look for this one. Ben in. Again, into the near where the 6 box is. Right to the first runner, Cochran.
Rosario sends it in. Ricardo Clark. This is trying to keep it deep. And this is Noel on the counter charge for the Rapids. 41st minute. Houston 2, Colorado 1.
And you look at Ricardo Clark. He's saying, I didn't touch him right there. Tried to go by me on my long legs. I'm just going to knock it away.
Wingert plays to Beckerman, the Rapids goal scorer in the game. Brian Ching with both tallies for Houston. Wingert pumped by Mullen, plays across. Dynamo clears that out, but again to Beckerman. Sends far side for Hunter Freeman, who replaced the injured Dady. He and Clint Mathis both forced from the field for the Rapids in this first half.
That's an excellent clearance by the center back, Adrian Stewart.
And sends toward midfield. Nice step up. Goldthwait is right down behind the play as De Rosario has the ball taken loose. And an incidental handball off the ricochet.
This is where Alex Cruz has to make sure and do something about it. Off the ball.
First game of 32 for the Dynamo. League-wide, can't get enough MLS action. You want more goals, saves, and spectacular soccer action? Then sign up for the MLS Direct Kick package today. You'll get over 125 MLS games throughout the 2006 season. Log on to MLSnet.com or call your service provider today and join in MLS 2006. 43rd minute. A little bit of injury time. They try to gauge that when you're on the field.
I don't think as players you really worry about it so much, especially in the first half, because you know you have at least 45 minutes to go. But when you're winning a game and the referee steps up and says there's 6 minutes of stoppage time, you're thinking, oh man, that's way too much. And when you're losing, you want that.
Wade Barrett puts a little pressure on.
As you see it, it's
play safely to midfield.
Terrific play by Brian Ching though there. He sees Wade Barrett going, he fills right into his position.
Moreno to Mullen, who's been involved a lot in this first half. And Colorado starts the counterattack. Beckerman near side to Wingert. We'll give and go with Denton, but loses control of the ball. And here comes De Rosario. Leaves for Ching. A couple minutes still left. Gray near side, ahead to Mullen. Works one-on-one. Here comes defensive help. Great control by Mullen back to Gray. Sends in for De Rosario, and Colorado clears across the near side.
It's good defensive work by Hernandez coming back and helping. He's one of the forwards, and he's helping defend against Mullen in the defensive third.
Mullen toward the corner. Sends to the box. Header and a goal! A hat-trick in the first half for Brian Ching. Dynamo leading Colorado 3-1 in the 44th minute.
Hey, he better buy Brian Mullen dinner tonight because he's putting it on a platter for him. Hey, and he's in the right position. What a finish. Just perfect ball. Look at this ball. You couldn't ask for a better ball. The pace, the distance, perfect. So let me put my head there. I'll put it in. Thanks, Moles.
Well, we mentioned earlier tonight that Clint Mathis, the only player in league history to tally a 5-goal game in MLS. We're not to halftime, and Brian Ching is more than halfway home.
What a great finish. What a perfect curling ball with pace on it, and Ching's right there to finish it.
Yeah, that just has to be crushing to Colorado. Not known as an offensive team, and now to go 2 goals down just before the end of the first half.
Now you got to finish this half out. There's not much time left, but do it correctly. Maybe score another one.
Try to get a word or two with Brian Ching as the teams head toward the locker room for the 15-minute intermission. 45 minutes elapsed on the clock, so we're into stoppage time now. 3 minutes additional to play out the first half as Seriou plays to himself along the far side and sends ahead, and that's Brian Ching trying to clear some room, and a little bit of a takedown there.
And Seriou did a great job right there of taking it wide, knocking it into the corner. Perfect.
Brian Ching, all 3 goals for the Houston Dynamo tonight. And the night is young.
Yeah, he might have a few more. You see him laughing with Pablo Mastroianni. They're partners on the national team.
Terrific crowd enjoying the bulk of the action. Not so much that Beckerman strike, but 3-1 lead. Way to win over the home folks in a hurry.
Yeah, just perfect setup play by Brian Mullen and finished by Brian Ching.
Long ball ahead, broken up by Kelly Gray. And Wingert called for the foul. He was hit earlier with the game's lone yellow card.
I'll tell you what, Bruce Arena, I'm sure he's watching this game, and he has to be making a great impression, Brian Ching, on him.
Well, I didn't see a D.C. New York final before we hit the air, but the 3 games yesterday, 3 goals, the most scored by any team, and Brian Ching's matched that himself here in the first half. A minute or so left before the break.
You couldn't ask for a better start for the Houston Dynamo to score. I guess it could be 3-0, but 3-1, you'll take that any day in the first half.
The long throwing try. For that, probably feeling he can do about anything right now.
Yeah, Ching's saying, hey, Petke's pushing me, he's pushing off on me, and that'll be a good battle. It's mostly been Pablo Mastroianni against Ching. Sometimes it's Petke. What a long throw.
Ching plays back for Goldthwaite. Now draws the yellow. Second of the night, both against the Rapids.
Yeah, that's in a position if you're Pablo Mastroianni, you just got to stand him up. He's probably frustrated that Chingy's scoring all those goals, but you got to stand him up and make sure you not get a meaningless yellow card. Get a yellow card when you really need to, if you need to.
Another likely World Cup participant, Pablo Mastroianni. Question on him is durability. 4 seasons with his team. He's never played more than 18 games.
Yeah, and I think that's management of the players. I think some coaches manage their players differently.
All right, where's Brian Ching at? As De Rosario chips across the box, and that sails over the goal. And that will do it for the first half, and much of the crowd rising to its feet at Robertson Stadium. Those unfamiliar with the name Brian Ching, well, you can learn in a hurry. A first-half hat trick as the Houston Dynamo at the break leading the Colorado Rapids by a score of 3-1. Overall, what'd you think?
I thought it was a great first half. You know, they started out a little slow, then they came into the game, then they gave up a goal against a run of play, but since then they just took over. They're getting all the attack. I will say for Colorado, they've had a couple injuries, and you have to switch things around your system, and it's been difficult for them. They haven't been able to adjust. And
with 2 potent players out, steep mountain for Colorado to climb. We go down to the field and welcome Brian Ching, he of the first half hat trick. Brian, Charlie, and John up here in the booth.
Okay.
In your plan for opening night all along, right? 3 before the break?
You know, I think our plan was to come out here with a win, and you know, and if coming out here with the win meant I'm scoring, then thank goodness for that.
Hey, Chingy, has Brian Mullen been, this John Doyle, has Brian Mullen been working on those crosses?
Yeah, I think so, man. He found me one preseason game in New York, too, and you know, I wouldn't have scored if he didn't put on 2 dimes for me. And same thing with Wade, man. He put a ball right across the box, dangerous position, and I got on the end of it.
Brian, obviously you're busy during the game, but can you give some sense, some feel of the atmosphere here tonight?
Fantastic. You know, we really didn't know what to expect, and coming out here and seeing the support we're getting from the Houston fans has just been unbelievable.
Brian Ching, first half hat trick, the night not done. Brian, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chingy.
Huston Dynamo 3, Colorado Rapids 1. Halftime activities next. First night go so far so good for the home team. Houston Dynamo Soccer continues on FSA.
Ted Ferguson, Bud Light Daredevil. Tonight for Bud Light, I'll perform a stunt that even I'm not sure is safe. I'm gonna let my girlfriend pick up the movie.
2 for Tears Over Paris.
Oh.
It's supposed to be so good. Yeah.
I never thought he would leave me, and now I don't even know how to go on.
Hey, Bud Light! Stick that Bud Light in there right now.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Everyone was crying around me. I was like, what's up?
25 years after opening the doors at Gallery Furniture, 6006 I-45 North, with Tim Parker,
Gallery Furniture is still saving you more money than ever before, and especially right now during Gallery Furniture's Silver Anniversary 25th Super Sale. We've brought in bedroom furniture, dining room furniture, living room furniture from around the world. We've marked down the prices. It's the biggest and best sale ever. Silver Anniversary 25th Super Sale happens tonight till 10 o'clock. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers tonight. Guaranteed. 25th Anniversary Super Sale. Gallery saves you money today.
Sick of your old tools? There's no better time to upgrade than right now at the Home Depot, because the more you buy, the greater the reward. Get up to a $500 Home Depot gift card by mail-in rebate when you buy select power, bench, and stationary tools. Even generators, compressors, and pneumatics from all the best brands.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
In Houston, there are many places to care, but few where you can lead. Welcome to Opportunities with the Methodist Hospital System, where leading technologies connect with world-class resources, people, and rewards. Make an impact in so many lives, including your own. Apply today at MethodistHealth.com. Methodist. Leading medicine.
A model year closeout in spring? Only at Mike Calvert Toyota. If you're looking for an 06 Toyota Camry, time is running out. So come to Mike Calvert Toyota and beat next year's price increases today. Choose from 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder models in all trim levels. When these are gone, it's the end of the 06s. So come to Mike Calvert Toyota for your last chance at the best-selling car in its class.
Toyota, place you take a friend.
This is one of the most alive spirits I've ever been around. How is it that I can see her and no one else can? You're totally asking the wrong question.
So you're going to help me find out who I am? I think if you could ever really touch me, I might wake up from all of this.
Reese Witherspoon, Mark Ruffalo, and John Heder. Righteous, just like heaven.
Tune to Channel 1 to watch this movie now. Time Warner Cable.
This Houston Dynamo broadcast is being brought to you by Wingstop, the wing experts, by the Methodist Healthcare System, leading medicine, by ESPN, ESPN 790, the sports animal, and by Gallery Furniture, saving you money today. Halftime at Robertson Stadium, Houston Dynamo 3, Colorado Rapids 1. Welcome to our McDonald's halftime report. This is Charlie Palillo alongside John Doyle and Brian Ching. That's the thing to discuss first off from the first half.
I think Brian Ching wants to make that World Cup team, and he's stamped that he deserves to make it with his performance thus far.
You know, any win in any game, but certainly opening night, a little extra juice for the guys to come out and win with firepower, win in an extra exciting fashion, you think?
Absolutely. The guys are so excited to be here, and they started it right.
One of 6 games opening weekend, among them LA Galaxy beginning defense of the championship. Well, Cliff Dempsey with another thought. That was the only tally in the game. New England Revolution last night out at Home Depot Center, beating the Galaxy by a final of 1-0.
That's a nice
New England
ball,
a real threat to win it, right?
Yeah, New England has great firepower. For some reason in the final last year it left them, but you see here Dempsey, who had a terrific season last year, and again starting off right.
Galaxy and New England, a 1-0 game. Elsewhere on our Home Depot scoreboard from opening weekend, FC Dallas at home 3-2 over Chicago, and Kansas City, some thinking a sleeper team. Eddie Johnson, a name to note. Those Wizards play the Dynamo here this coming Saturday. 3-1 opener at Columbus. 18,000 plus in Kansas City. Attendance a problem for them last year.
Yeah, I think Kansas City is going to be a pretty good team this year.
Here's the New England 1-0 win over the Los Angeles Galaxy. One final from this afternoon, DC United and Red Bull New York playing to a 2-all draw and hitting the half. Chivas USA and Salt Lake 2-0. Chivas thought to be a much improved team this season. Salt Lake hoped to be, but not so far. Here it's 3-1 Dynamo. More ahead from Robertson Stadium on FS.
Soccer is fútbol en español.
7 Houston locations. En Soccer for All, hablamos español. We have everything you need. The official store for the Houston Dynamo.
The signs are everywhere. It's Toyota's premier event. While you're there, check out the Toyota trucks with great deals going on now. Like $2,000 cash back on a new 2006 Tundra. Or save thousands in interest charges with 0 APR financing for 60 months. Or lease yours for $259 a month for 36 months and only $259 due. Toyota's premier event is on. Don't miss it. Toyota, moving forward. ESPN 790, Houston's best source for sports. Wake up with ESPN TV's Mike Greenberg and Mike Golick in the morning. SportsCenter's Dan Patrick live at noon. Houston's best local sports talk host Charlie Palillo live at 3. Plus, ESPN 790 is your home for the World Series, the Super Bowl, NASCAR, the NBA Finals, the Final Four, and the BCS. Set your button for everything sports to ESPN 790. The Sports Animal.
Their colors define them. Their colors divide them. The blue and black, the gold and green, one sport, rival teams, their passion, their pride, their colors, their soul, battle each other with one goal. Though blue and black or gold and green, separate but united for America's team. The red, the white, the blue. These colors don't run. These colors are true. Embrace the colors of MLS.
Hey, the guys are coming over to watch a game. Aren't you worried about them drinking all the Bud Light?
Not to worry. Look what I had installed.
A secret revolving wall. Dude, you're a genius.
Guys, hurry up! The magic fridge is back!
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Magic fridge! Magic fridge!
25 years after opening the doors at Gallery Furniture, 6006 I-45 North Street, Temple Parker, Gallery Furniture is still saving you more money than ever before, and especially right now during Gallery Furniture's Silver Anniversary 25th Super Sale. We've brought in bedroom furniture, dining room furniture, living room furniture from around the world. We've marked down the prices. It's the biggest and best sale ever. Silver Anniversary 25th Super Sale happens tonight till 10 o'clock. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers tonight. Guaranteed. 25th Anniversary Super Sale. Gallery saves you money today.
This copyrighted telecast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.
Halftime at Robertson Stadium on the campus of the University of Houston. So far, so good for the home team. Houston Dynamo's first ever game. Dynamo leading the Colorado Rapids by a score of 3-1. I'm Charlie Palillo along with John Doyle, and what'd you think?
I thought it was a great start for the Houston Dynamo franchise. Brian Ching, incredible.
We get to our gallery furniture highlights, and Brian Ching will show up prominently first in the 13th minute.
And you see a good ball in here, and Ching just in the right position, just to nick it in. And then Kyle Beckerman, what a bomb from the outside. They didn't expect that one. The next time they started pressuring up, and Brian Mullen, look at the delivery. The delivery for me is key. Brian Mullen just clipping it in there. And look at Ching. As he said, it was on a dime.
Well, you know Dominic Kinnear quite well. What do you think his foremost message is to the Dynamo at the half?
So I think, hey, it's not over. Hey, we got to come out. We got to come out harder than we did in the first half, and we got to make sure we do well.
Budweiser halftime statistics. What jumps out at you beyond the goal total?
I think the fouls, there's quite a bit of fouls tonight, 28 fouls, and it's been a pretty rough game. I think he's let things go, so I think it's been a tough, hard-fought game.
A couple of players lost to injury in the first half for Colorado, more notably perhaps Clint Mathis. All good for the Dynamo, 3-1 lead. Second half action coming next. Nice crowd on hand. First ever MLS game in Houston on FSN.
What can be better than watching all the incredible goals, great stars, and excitement of an MLS match? Watching well over 100 MLS matches this season. The only way to do that is by signing up now for MLS Direct Kick. For only $69, you can catch all the live action and drama the entire MLS season has to offer. Show your passion for the sport you love. Call your local cable company to sign up for the MLS Direct Kick package for a full season of great soccer.
In Houston, there are many places to care, but few where you can lead. Welcome to Opportunities with the Methodist Hospital System, where leading technologies connect with world-class resources, people, and rewards. Make an impact in so many lives, including your own. Apply today at MethodistHealth.com. Methodist. Leading medicine.
Where it's Toyota's premier event. While you're there, check out the Toyota SUVs with great deals going on now. Like $1,500 cash on a new 06 4Runner, or 0 APR for 36 months, or lease it for $299 a month for 36 months with $17.99 due. And be sure you check out the all-new fuel-efficient Highlander Hybrid. Toyota's premier event is on. Don't miss it. Toyota, moving forward.
What happens when bitter rivals make it personal? What happens when two enemies come face to face? Pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, undefeated and pound for pound the best in the world. Zab Super Judah, explosive, powerful. His back's against the wall and he's never been more dangerous. Mayweather versus Judah, sworn enemies to the bitter end. Saturday, April 8th, live on pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order.
One step ahead this morning with McDonald's Tasty Chicken Biscuit. Right now, get one for only $1. Because mornings shouldn't be scary.
A dynamic first half. First ever half for the Houston Dynamo. Good for a 3-1 lead over the Colorado Rapids. And I'll let you explain that one, Mr. Analyst.
That's quite a costume. That's Clint Mathis right there in the old days.
Rabid fan base. More than welcome for the Dynamo out of the chute. Last season in San Jose, this team went undefeated at home. So trying to create that lockdown home field advantage. Colorado, meanwhile, opens on the road virtually every year. 0-8-2 in season openers. Their biggest change, they need to try to avoid being 0-9-2 in about 45 minutes.
And I'm sure Fernando Calvillo is saying, hey guys, we got to get after it. We got to keep our eye on Brian Ching, De Rosario, and Dominic Kinnear on the other side of things is saying, let's get out there. Let's make sure we don't let down at all. 3-1 isn't a lead that we can take for granted. We have to play the way we played in the first half, even a little harder, and make sure we don't make any mistakes.
It's the balance for Colorado in trying to open it up, force play, being down 2 goals versus getting away from your style, taking chances, opening up counters, and then it really gets away from you.
Yeah, and I think that's a difficult thing for Colorado. They didn't expect to come in here and give up goals like they have. I mean, they've been bleeding goals, and now you look at San Jose, they're going to keep attacking. Dominic Kinnear's not going to let them just lay back.
Fans, enjoy your next Dynamo match. Hey, this coming Saturday, Kansas City in town. You can enjoy from the privacy of your own luxury suite. Dynamo offering a number of VIP hospitality packages to meet your corporate or group needs. Packages include VIP seating and great pregame meals catered by Irma's Southwest Grill. For more information, please call the Dynamo office at 713-276-7500. 713-276-7500. Noel plays in for Colorado. Second half underway. The Rapids wearing the road blues, the Dynamo in the home orange. And Kelly Gray fires up the right side.
And it doesn't look like there's been any changes for Colorado or San Jose or Houston at halftime.
It's just a terrific night now. Sun setting, but still light. We gained the hour. Nice to see you made that change, John. I'd have been lonely my first broadcast without you. Beckerman, the Colorado scorer, plays ahead. Noel gives chase, and Onstad, whoa, he might have taken a foot to the face.
Yeah, and the defenders aren't happy about that one. He shouldn't even go in there, Noel. He should just leave it alone. Pat Onstad had it 100%. It looks like he got a nick to the face. Pat's a pretty good-looking guy, too, so you don't want to get a cut here or there.
Players from Both teams gathering around him, mostly Dynamo players. Bruce Morgan, the team trainer, out to take a look.
Yeah, Bruce Morgan, trainer of the year a few years, quality trainer. He got him.
With the right instep as he was coming by.
He didn't. I don't think he needed to do that. I don't think it was malicious, but he didn't need to rake his cleat across the front of Pat Onstad's face. It's good to see the reaction of the players from the Dynamo, because a lot of times that can cause a huge problem when someone goes into your goalkeeper like that. They're keeping their cool. They're keeping their focus on what they need to do, and that's win the game.
Remember a worse collision you were involved with?
A few worse than that. Usually head-to-head collisions where you see a lot of blood. You know, you're both going for a ball and just clash of heads there.
Yeah. Looked like he was trying to make a play with the ball with the left foot. Realized I can't make it, and in coming by was just in a bad position.
Yeah, I think he
drilled Onstad pretty good.
He raked him across the face.
As they continue to attend to Pat Onstad. Joined in the booth here for a minute by the guy putting on the whole operation. Houston Dynamo, general manager, Oliver Luck. I can't keep all your titles straight. President and general manager, thanks for coming by, and pretty much how you drew it up for night one so far.
It's worked according to plan night one. Great crowd, tremendous weather, obviously a phenomenal first half. John, you know, as a former assistant coach of this team, you knew these guys were capable of this, but I think, you know, the 25 or plus thousand folks we have here tonight didn't really expect that. Just a great performance. It's worked very, very well this evening.
I don't think Houston realizes what a great team that they've inherited, and I think it's going to be a great team for many years to come, and very fortunate to have such a great team and a creative attacking team.
Pat Onstad, you see, looks intact, so he will play on. Early second half, Dynamo 3, Rapids 1. Oliver, what would be the foremost message you send to people who are kind of curious but didn't make it out tonight and might consider it next home game as soon as this Saturday?
Yeah, we have a home game coming up, of course, Saturday, April 8th against Kansas City. Kansas City started off the season on fire with their victory over Columbus, so that's going to be a real dogfight. If we can hang on to this margin of victory here, I think that'll be a fight for supremacy in the Western Conference in the second game of the season. So, you know, it's a very affordable evening. It's fun. U of H is a nice, tight stadium, not a bad seat in the house. We've got a little bit of work to do to improve on some of the ticketing issues we have. Those are the first game jitters that kind of come into every operational area.
What defines the first season as a success? I imagine it's kind of a moving target, but what are some parameters for it?
Well, you know, the two things that matter to us, you know, financially are, of course, ticket sales and sponsorship. And we've been very fortunate to get some great partners on board, like Methodist Hospital and others who are sponsoring us, and we're delighted with those blue chip companies. And if tonight's any indication, I think we can do fairly well selling tickets, you know, throughout the year. So we're off to a great start. We have a long, long season to go, as you know, Charlie.
Brian Mullen called for the foul, so Colorado tries to mount a charge to close within one. Oliver, thanks for stopping by. Congratulations on a heck of an opening night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oliver Luck, Dynamo president and general manager. 5th minute of play, second half. Dynamo 3, Colorado Rapids 1 at Robertson Stadium. Free kick Rapids, and headed second time by De Rosario.
Excellent by De Rosario, because Pat Onstad came flying off his line. De Rosario at the far post, able to knock it away.
Strategically concede the corner.
Absolutely. That's
clear the immediate danger, and now take care of this.
Yeah, he's saying, no way am I going to put it back into play. And they've been pretty dangerous. Cook puts in a nice ball outswinger. Not that one, I jinxed him. And you're
throwing for the Rapids.
You're Colorado. You've got to get one goal at a time. So you're saying, hey, let's get one in the first 15. Let's get one in the next 15, and let's try to get one at the end.
Cook tries kind of a de facto corner from the field of play, but Onstad soars and takes care of that.
And Pat Onstad, he's so solid. Good decision makers. He always seems to make the right decision, when to come out and when not to.
A lot of loft and a little bit of wind behind that one, well over midfield. And the battle begins. That's Ricardo Clark, number 13 for the Dynamo. Now we get a whistle against Clark in Houston.
No, he stopped. He didn't let him play early. He wants to bring the ball exactly where the foul was. A lot of times referees will let you play it. As soon as you stop the ball, they'll let you play it wherever it is. And you look here at Houston, they don't want to drop too deep. They want to keep attacking. You don't want to say, okay, we're winning 3-1. Let's just rest on our laurels. You have to go out and pressure.
Clark comes away. Colorado regains possession. This is Cook. Sends toward Noel. De Rosario and Seriou near him. And that is outside the box. Close to penalty kick area, but direct free coming here?
Yes, it's a direct kick on top of the box, probably the most dangerous. And you look, it's
clearly outside.
It's clearly outside. He does a good job of selling it. Adrian Seriou there has to just stand him up. He can't be too anxious to get in there. The forward wants you to foul him there. He's not going by it, just stand him up. Now it's a great opportunity.
And if you're near the game, direct free kick, you can score on the first touch. Indirect, as it indicates. It can't go on the first touch. Denton with the fake, and a goal! 3-2 game. Just like that, Denton with the fake. Korovsky comes behind him and blasts it home. Dynamo 3, Rapids 2, early second half.
Yeah, that's Jovan Korovsky. It's a nice, I like the way that they ran over it with Cook and then Korovsky. Yeah, Pat Onstedt can't really do anything. He has to stand his ground. See him take that little step. That was the man who ran over it. Then Korovsky finishes it well. You can't make fouls on top of the box.
Moved the wall just that little bit, and Korovsky cashes. 3-2 game. Already matching the highest scoring game opening weekend, MLS. First kick 2006. Noel spinning header. But the Dynamo gets control and will try to play out. But sails it across the near sideline. Rapids try to build on momentum of drawing within one. That will not help. Seriou takes care of that for Houston. Ahead to Goldthwait. And to Clark, who moves to midfield.
And that's better. That's exactly
Clark
what they need to do.
Ching is trailing the play in the box. Clark has the ball poked away. Still in play, and the goalkeeper, Cannon, gets to it. And he is screaming at the official.
Yeah. Right there, Joe Cannon needs to just worry about making his saves, not worry about Ricardo Clark. This is great. Ricardo Clark, they're not catching him either. He just can't. He needs one touch across into the angle. Then he touches it by Joe Cannon. Little bit of a dive. He's looking for something. Then he handballs it. That's probably what Joe Cannon's talking about. So I owe Joe an apology there because he's right.
Cannon gets another touch on the playback. 10th minute of play, second half. Houston 3, Colorado 2. With Denton, the defender. He plays over the midfield stripe crossfield. Cook's able to keep it in bounds, but works to his own end, chased by Wade Barrett, the Dynamo captain. Beckerman ahead near side. And that will spin. Not quite out of play, so Goldthwait taps back to Onstedt and takes a return.
Yeah, and Houston has to keep a hold of the ball, keep making short passes, keep it, get Colorado chasing them.
Ching's first touch of the second half. First half hat trick for Brian Ching. And a whistle against Houston. Colorado to play in. Hunter Freeman, who came on for one of two injured Rapids players in the first half. Clint Mathis forced off, and then Dady Ben Dayan.
Hasn't seemed to hurt Colorado at all with the, they just changed things, and they're hanging around in this game, making it close.
Surprised this high scoring?
Very much surprised, especially in the first game of the season. You look for a 1-0, something that the finishing is off a little bit, but tonight we're seeing more the defending is off a little bit. Not as close as they should be.
De Rosario taken down with no call. And now Cook in transition for Colorado. Plays to the middle. Korovsky, who scored to get it within one. Can't make a play on the ball. But the Rapids recover in midfield. Beckerman for Cook ahead on the right side. Goldthwait takes care of that. extensive preseason regimens for both teams. Colorado went abroad to Spain for better than 2 weeks. The Dynamo winning the Carolina Cup, so I guess both really primed for the regular season to start.
Absolutely. They've been working on their finishing because the finishing has been excellent tonight.
Wade Barrett, turf monster grabs him, and Brian Ching trying to work around two defenders, cannot, but now plays back. And Goldthwait harassed by Freeman. And the call goes against Freeman, so
I think Alex Bruce has to get a handle on this game. He's letting some things go. He's calling some things. And you look at Dominic Kinnear's probably talking to him a little bit, saying, hey, listen, let's get this back so the players have the parameters of what he's going to call and what he's not going to call. And you see Kevin Goldthwait on the ball. So far, he's had a good game, good touches on the ball. And look for him to drive it across to the far post.
57th minute, first ever MLS game in Houston, Texas. The Dynamo leading the Colorado Rapids 3-2. Charlie Palillo, along with John Doyle. Glad you're joining us on FSN. Ricardo Clark sends across the field. And now De Rosario, leading assist man in MLS last year and scorer of the best goal in the league each of the last 2 years. Goldthwait with Barrett, who circles back and plays back to Serio.
Can't do that. Can't do that out of the back. You're leaving yourself wide open.
Good way, and 3 men working for Colorado. Nice play coming back by De Rosario.
And that incredible Dwayne De Rosario, the way he got back and worked. Everybody thinks he's just an offensive guy. The way he chased back, incredible.
Kelly Gray sends ahead, and Colorado plays that over the far side. Throw in Houston. Into Gray to Clark. De Rosario in the middle of the field. Ball goes instead right side to Gray, who sends to the box. Kicked out. Ching gets a play for Clark, and Mastroeni sends that over the sideline.
It's a great idea for Brian Ching. Ricardo Clark's making a diagonal run right through there. Just missed it barely.
Moreno and Ching to the box. Brian Ching with 3 goals already tonight. De Rosario working his magic. And we get a call there.
Dwayne trying to do some magic, as you said, trying to get through there. Gave a little tug on the shirt. Maybe the Dynamo want to keep a nice high line. Don't give Colorado a chance to win the second balls. That's after the defenders win the first punt in. The second ball is the important one right into here, and that's perfect. Alejandro Moreno winning it.
And a strip of midfield. Referee says play on, and now ahead to Cook with Noel racing toward the box. Stays onside. And nice play by Goldthwait steering that away. It does give a Colorado corner.
Kevin Goldthwait doing a nice job of standing them up, holding them up, not letting them get by. And he takes it down the line and able to block it, but unfortunately out for a corner kick. The last one Cook took was a little low. This time he's trying to just get it over the first player in there, just float it in.
So Karofsky, maybe the most dangerous attacker, the second man away from the ball. No one gets a good play on that for Colorado, and it's sent out to midfield by Mullen. Freeman marked by Moreno, plays off to Beckerman, who scored Colorado's first goal. And now Serio for the Dynamo. 60th minute of play. Houston 3, Colorado 2 on MLS opening night. Kelly Gray blasts ahead, and that's headed back into the Houston defensive end of the field. Karofsky loses. That's Ryan Cochran for Houston, who plays off to Wade Barrett and on to Kevin Goldthwait.
That's nice.
Ricardo Clark. Head for Moreno, who goes and gets his own ball and winds up with it again. Fires ahead on the right side, an opportunity, and an offside call.
Now that was very close. The timing of the run to me looked pretty good. That's a dangerous game to play.
Brian Mullen has been setting up plays all night on that right wing.
Yeah, that one.
And he got caught behind.
Yes, he did. He was offside.
Misplay ball there. And this is Noel for the Rapids. Broken up nicely by Cochran.
Kevin Goldthwait is thanking Ryan Cochran right there.
Long ball to Moreno.
Oh,
and he is taken down hard. And that'll bring the yellow card. Third of the night. All against the Colorado Rapids. This one against defenseman Mike Petke.
And that's the same kind of... Alejandro Moreno got hammered last year in the playoffs by Kobe Jones. Hopefully it's not the same ankle. And you look here, just kicking him across the ankles. Really no need to do it. Just try to stand him up. Because now the Houston Dynamo have a good opportunity. He really wasn't going anywhere.
All right, De Rosario. And Goldthwait set up for it. Two-man wall, 10 yards from the free kick spot for Colorado.
Keep your eyes on Brian Ching. A little deception here. And a bend. Not a good ball.
Played out by Beckerman. And Colorado sends far side. Noel tries to chase down, can't get there. Throw in Houston.
So far I've been impressed with Fabrice Noel. Looks fast off the ball, good movement. Was the one who created the foul and the opportunity for the free kick goal.
And only on when Clint Mathis went down hurt in the first half.
There he is. Yeah, and a young player. And there you see him against Ryan Cochran.
He'll turn 21 until July. Brian Mullen, right wing. He's created a lot there tonight. Nice anticipation defensively by Mastroeni for the Rapids. Terry Cook leaves for Freeman. He's boxed in. Barrett bunts it across the sideline.
Again, you see a common thread amongst the Houston Dynamo is they're making sure and they're pressuring the guy with the ball. And it's the two front runners, Alejandro Moreno and Brian Ching. Makes it easier for everybody behind them.
Since Colorado's second goal, it seems that the Dynamos had a little better of the territorial play. So the Rapids try to do something about that now. Ball played across for Cook. He runs that down to the corner. A couple of men cutting for the box. And headed away to safety by Ryan Cochran.
It's a nice ball over, and then Cochran in perfect position to clear it out.
Another corner kick for Terry Cook.
Yeah, we see Brad Davis there, who had the hernia, who looks to be fit. A player that would love to have out on the field. Craig Weibel, who came off a serious injury and already fit also.
Cook with the corner. Headed out by Goldthwait. And then Mullen clears. De Rosario, one-man band giving chase. And forces Colorado to play across the far sideline. So throw in Houston just like that to the attack half of the field.
Ball comes from De Rosario chasing it down. If you don't pressure, you don't win that ball.
Speed never has a slump. That holds in all sports. Well, it's Karofsky and now Beckerman. De Rosario pressures him with Moreno. And Beckerman pushes across the midfield line. Nobody there for the Rapids.
Yeah, Fabrice Noel, he's begging for a foul there. He's not going to get it. Ryan Cochran in good position.
66th minute of play. Houston 3, Colorado 2. And here's Brian Ching. He of the hat trick in the first half. Plays far side for Brian Mullen. Works to the edge of the box. Nice cross-court play. Wade Barrett. Up top shot just wide. Left-footed drive from Brian Ching. That close to number 4.
That's vintage soccer right there. Perfect stuff. Houston Dynamo just perfect and just can't curl it, and he's trying just to bend that in with the left foot near post. Good vision by Wade Barrett.
Well, at a one-timer in hockey, laid that right off the pass, never lined it up, and blasted it just wide. Cannon goal kicks. Cochran out-leaps Noel for the ball.
Yeah, it's excellent by Ryan Cochran, setting things up. Those little battles are so important for the outcome of the game, and Ryan Cochran has been steady in there all evening.
Near side throw in Colorado. Freeman does it. Colorado, 500 team last year. Did advance to the Western Conference Final, eliminated by the eventual MLS Cup champion, LA Galaxy.
Yeah, but one thing about Colorado, they're a team that they don't give up a lot of goals. I mean, tonight they have, but traditionally they've been a real stingy team as far as giving up goals.
Only the San Jose team, now the Dynamo, gave up fewer all last season than this Colorado team, which tied for second. Rapids' problem was they didn't score enough.
Yeah, that's a problem if you're not scoring, but Joe Cannon's one heck of a goalkeeper.
Beckerman blasts ahead. Wade Barrett plays that away. Moreno sends far side to Gray. De Rosario. A lot of traffic around him tonight. Running ahead is Ching as the ball's played back to the goalkeeper, Cannon. A bit of a shanker there.
Yeah, Joe Cannon's kicking has been a little suspect this evening.
Moreno to Ricardo Clark. Ching touches, but Nicholas Hernandez came away for the Rapids. Long ball for Noel.
That's where it's dangerous, when they just flight the balls over, and Noel is extremely fast. That's where Colorado has to try to take advantage of things. They haven't done that's the first time. But Ryan Cochran just has to make sure he's in a good position to win those balls.
No sign of sub in for Houston. A couple of guys warming up. A guess as to the direction Dominic Kinnear might go.
Yeah,
if he's subbing in for whom?
Yeah, the San Jose Earthquakes didn't make many subs, and now as the Houston Dynamo, they won't make many subs. Kinnear believes the 11 that start should finish unless there's an injury or unless you really want to add something different.
Congrats, by the way, for making it to the 69th minute for dropping in at San Jose. Nicely covered, though. That was unfairly covered as Ching gets driven to the turf by Mike Petke, who does have a yellow card. John Doyle, for those not familiar, played for San Jose, coached with San Jose, has done broadcasting for San Jose. He knows the way to San Jose.
I sure do. You look at this venue and you look at the field and you say, you know what, this is a great place to play soccer and a great start for a new franchise.
Goldthwait with De Rosario. 5 Dynamo players in the box. Lefty play this time toward the far post with the curl, and Cannon steps up and snares it.
And that was a terrific ball, and they just had to believe in it.
Throws up the middle to Beckerman. Looks like they're really trying to spring Noel's speed.
And I think that's probably something they should keep trying to do. Houston is keeping the ball, keeping a hold of it, and they need to continue keeping it. And as long as they're efficient with it, they'll be fine. But I think Colorado's banking on it. They're going to make one little mistake, and then they're going to try to find a long ball and spring Noel.
Wade Barrett, the Dynamo's captain, plays to De Rosario. Works around a couple of defenders and plays back. 70 minutes have ticked off the clock. Dynamo 3, Rapids 2. MLS first kick 2006 at Robertson Stadium. Cochran fires ahead. Moreno gets a hold of that. Plays nicely away from 2 defenders. And now De Rosario tries to create room. Beckerman on him. 3 guys box in De Rosario. It plays over the sideline.
Yeah, and you want Dwayne to get rid of the ball just a little quicker there. He's great on the ball, but he's great when he's moving on the ball, not just holding on to it. He's got to get rid of the ball quicker, keep the ball moving.
Brian Mullen, a nice slide, sends that deep into the Colorado end. Haven't gotten a formal attendance figure yet tonight. I think it's over 20,000.
Well, it looks like a lot of people to me, and they look like they're enjoying the game. They've had a lot to enjoy with all the goals being scored and the good play.
And I'm not sure what they drew D.C. New York today, but Galaxy drew 27,000 last night. This looks like it's the second largest crowd of opening weekend, subject to the other games today. Goldthwait creates a corner kick for the Dynamo. As Cook pushes across the goal line. And there's Chivas, a 3-0 win over Salt Lake.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to start out that way if you're Salt Lake home in your opener.
Set the schedule, so one of last year's expansion teams would get an opening day win this year. Chivas on the road gets it easily. There's the cross and a goal! De Rosario with the gorgeous cross, and the fourth time is the charm. Wow. We've mentioned a couple of times the record is 5, and Brian Ching now has a chance.
Look at the way he supported his body in the air. The ball's paced, but look at the way he moves and finishes it perfectly. What a great goal.
Knifed right inside the defender there, number 12, Petke. Two in the head, two in the feet.
And you notice the defenders are around saying, hey, thank you. You're giving us a little breathing room. If we make a mistake, we're 2 goals up. A little cushion.
As the confetti flies, the Dynamo doubles up the lead. Now 4-2 Houston in the 73rd minute of play.
That's got to be a killer for the Colorado Rapids to give up a goal. They thought maybe they were getting back in it, but you saw the Dynamo were doing better and better.
Well, all these San Jose Earthquake records stayed with San Jose should they get another team subsequently, kind of like the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. But no one out there ever scored more than 4 goals in a game. We know this. Brian Ching, the leading goal scorer in Dynamo history. The only goal scorer. But it's a 4-pack. And the league record is 5. Clint Mathis did that in a game 5 years ago.
Hey, we got a lot of time left.
So does Colorado now have to really start gambling, thinking, well, losing by 3 goals as opposed to losing by 2. They got to get 2. They really have to push, don't they?
Yeah, they have absolutely nothing to lose right now. They should change the formation. They should play maybe a 3-5-2. Something to get more attackers into their offensive third.
Raymond chips ahead for Noel, marked by Clark. And the Dynamo comes away, and the person who plays ahead for Ching. That's an onside play. Running with him in the box is Moreno. Ching one-on-one. Wheels to his right, ball poked away nicely by the defender Mastroeni.
Yeah, Alejandro Moreno was working hard at the far post. The way things are going for Brian Ching, though, I think it's okay for him to try to take one on his own.
Long ball headed on by Hernandez. Here comes the Dynamo with a 2-goal lead. Ricardo Clark off to Goldthwait. Barrett ahead on the left, and there's his touch.
Now you're hating this if you're Colorado. You're having to chase. They're keeping the ball. They're trying to pull you out. You're playing with less players in the back where you should be. And you're just chasing. It's a little keep away, and the crowd's going ole, ole, ole.
Barrett bump, no call. Referee says play on, and Goldthwait carries left side back to Clark. Ching headed to the top of the box. He's a shark smelling blood out there.
Absolutely. I've been impressed with everybody getting into the tackle.
Here's Mullins with the cross. Too far for Moreno and Ching. But tracked down on the near side. Barrett plays back to Goldthwait, and they are dominating now territorially.
Absolutely. They're just keeping possession. Anytime they seem to want to be able to get into their offensive third, they're able to do it. There you had Brian Mullen crossing the ball. Who's on the other end of it? Wade Barrett, the other midfielder. So they're feeling confident.
76th minute. Houston 4, Colorado 2. Game number 2 this Saturday night at Robertson Stadium. Kansas City Wizards, a winner in their first game of the season yesterday.
And that should be a great matchup.
Noel. Onstad challenges and makes the save. Noel folds his hands behind his head. Onstad just came to crush the angle.
Yes. Pat Onstad did a terrific job there. He stood his ground, but the laps in the back here, the wide, the outside, it looked like Kelly Gray kept him onside, and you look here, Pat Onstad just standing him up. Look at Kelly Gray, and then you saw Ryan Cochran give him a little tongue lash in there. Hey, Kelly, you got to step up with the rest of us. We thought you were up.
Not good in the tie game, inexcusable with a 2-goal lead, right?
Absolutely.
I
will say, though, if he was to score, you feel a little better when you have a lead than if you didn't. But again, they just have to organize that back four and make sure that, and as we said earlier, they're trying to find them on through balls.
Fernando Clavijo using his final substitution. Cornell Glenn coming in replacing Nicholas Hernandez. Fresh legs, maybe a speed burst, a player pair with Noel to try to get something.
Cornell Glenn, a good player, good goal scorer. Should add something here, a different look. I think Hernandez was a little tired. I probably would have took off a defender and left Hernandez in there. Really attacked.
Glenn can't control. De Rosario comes away for Houston. 78th minute. 2-goal lead for the Dynamo, 4-2. That's Ching.
Pablo doing a nice job there of holding off Brian Ching. Just good body position. Ching couldn't do anything about that one.
Freeman fires ahead. No one downfield for Colorado. It's just a kick and a prayer maneuver there.
That's one of those ones you like. If they're going to give you the ball, then the Houston Dynamo will just keep possession. Pat's going to knock it up. They'll pressure up, try to hold the ball, keep possession.
Brian Ching, farthest man along, but no play on that ball. Cannon, the Colorado goalkeeper, off to Freeman near side. Moves toward the center. Beckerman ahead for Cook. Serio covers nicely. Goldthwait onto Ricardo Clark. Ball poked loose. And this is Cook chasing. He will not get there. Goal kick Dynamo.
Adrian Serio's had a terrific game tonight. Quietly had a real good game. Ryan Cochran in the back has been solid. And that's with last year. You had Danny Califf, who was a veteran player who solidified the defense with Eddie Robinson, and they're not here tonight. You have two guys step into the system and have great games.
Califf playing in Denmark
and doing quite well there, and everybody knew that the team would miss him, but these two players have come in and stepped up huge.
Robinson will be back. Knee ligament problem. Surgery not required, so they're hoping just a little rest and rehab. And he's back in the next week or two. 80th minute. Houston Dynamo 4, Colorado Rapids 2. MLS inaugural at Robertson Stadium in Houston.
I think if you're Colorado, you got to take a risk now. You got to go forward more. You got to send another player forward. Play with 3 up top.
This is Noel with Serio giving chase, and De Rosario comes back very nicely defensively. And a foul call going against De Rosario.
Yeah, I think Serio made the. Yeah, we'll look at
Clavijo trying to make his case. Paid attendance tonight, 25,462. So an excellent turnout. The weather accommodating, and now it's just gorgeous out. A little humid, but we warned you about that, James.
I'll tell you what, they got their money's worth so far, and I don't think the goals have stopped yet.
2-man wall against the free kick from Cook. Floated to the box. Onstad takes care of it.
Like this, to build out of the back. Now you make the forwards chase a little bit. Now they have to defend.
Take some starch out of their counter thrusts.
Absolutely. You just don't punt it into them. You say, oh, come chase this. A little keep away. Got to keep possession.
Ricardo Clark fires across the field. Kelly Gray onto De Rosario with Ching shooting the gap in the middle of the box. On the right wing, it's Mullen. He's been great creating activity. Left foot to the box. And Ching had that head ready.
Yeah, he just couldn't get around him. He was wrestling with him. A perfect ball in by Mullen, but he just couldn't get around him.
Hook far side, sliding tackle try by Cochran, misses. Now for Bruce Noel. Weaves to the middle.
You look at all the orange jerseys behind the ball. It's great the way that they turn the ball over, boom, but somebody chasing back, and they're all getting behind the ball.
This is Cook. Play a long ball. He kicks their corners. Into the middle for Kenton. Definitely pushing up defenseman. 82nd minute. And a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Dynamo. Clark ahead for Moreno. Ching on the right side. Moreno tries to keep it in bounds and does. So now possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, and it's just as good to keep possession of it as to score. I know the Dynamo want to score, but
long drive, well high, off the foot of Kelly Gray.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, defenseman's prerogative to let one go.
Hey, if anybody should have a shot out, Kelly Gray has a rocket attached to his foot, so he saw Beckerman do it. Hey, I think he'll have a go.
Cochran back to play the long ball. And now De Rosario in midfield to Ricardo Clark, just about at the opening kick X. 83rd minute. Wade Barrett lost it over the near sideline.
I got to clean it up just a little bit. 8 to 10 minutes left in this game. Finish it off the way you've been carrying through. Keep possession of the ball. If you get a good opportunity, yeah, punish him for it.
With the short toss in, takes a quick return. Noel, and the most recent man in the game, trying to advance for Colorado.
Yeah, he's right. Kevin Goldthwait, he's right about that one. He got hammered by Noel. He covered Ryan Cochran. Noel's a tricky player. These are good things.
Get close to a must score off an opportunity here if you're Colorado. Cook tries it. Laying among those in the box. Long ball headed away nicely. Goldthwait got a piece?
Yeah, Goldthwait. Great job. He's matured into a pretty good player. Last year he was learning. This year starts his first game and has done quite well.
Boxed away in the corner. Either inside or outside the flag. It will be a corner kick, Colorado.
And Colorado opting always to play out swinging balls. Where Houston plays in swinging balls.
That's swinging curled away from the goal. And there's an opportunity that harmlessly makes its way toward the near sideline when Noel runs it down. 84th minute, just about up. Cook approaches. Dynamo covers and beats him to the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Tonight's attendance is 25,000.
And now Houston's content with just sitting back, not giving them any great opportunities, not giving up territory in their own defensive third. They're just hanging in, making it difficult for Colorado to try to play through them.
All 10 men well into the defensive end of the field.
What a great start for the Houston Dynamo.
Especially if you're a Brian Ching fan.
Hey, if you're in fantasy league,
and on the website you can be, MLSnet.com. Anyone who can snag Brian Ching is loving life to start this season.
Yeah, you've done all right. I still like the shape. I like the way that they're dropping behind the ball. Pressure, not making it easy. I'm a little surprised that Colorado isn't attacking with more players and kind of throwing caution to the wind. They seem like they're going to accept this.
Ball floated ahead. Sariu and Barrett. And Sariu left foots it out. Moreno makes a play on it. Beckerman heads. But that goes to Ching. With Moreno, who is wiped out by Beckerman. Card coming.
That's second. Red card, Mastriani. Can't tackle there.
2 yellows equals 1 red, and 1 red equals ejection. And a contribution to the league office.
Yeah, and you know, you're Pablo Mastriani, you're a World Cup veteran, you're a terrific player, and I realize he's frustrated. You see it here. Don't slide. Just stand him up. This game, hey, you're not going to come back most likely. Now it's going to cost you money, and you can't play the next game.
In the 86th minute.
Yeah, and now
Ernie gets sent off. And as you noted, sits one more. Fernando Clavijo. Well, Colorado's used to this. 11th year in the league. And unless something bizarre happens in the next 5 minutes or so, Colorado will be 0 for opening night in its history. 0, 9, and 2. And there would be the single biggest reason why.
The Colorado killer right there.
Think he knows Mathis's record? Is it running through his mind right there?
I don't think so. You know what?
One more good shot.
I think he's thinking, man, I scored 4 goals. My team's winning. What a great start.
And I love this climate a lot more than I was playing it in Germany 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and hey, he's a Hawaiian. He's played in warm, humid climates before. This is nothing new to him.
Barrett plays back. Goldthwait kicks ahead. And Moreno is taken down from behind.
I think Moreno's he's smart there. He's riding the challenge before, but the challenge probably shouldn't even come at this point in the game.
All right, Ching sets up top of the box, just inside with Moreno. De Rosario with the free kick. 2-man wall for Colorado. 88th minute. And De Rosario just plays it back.
Yeah, keep away. Here you go. And you hear the crowd, ole, ole. And that's so frustrating if you're the opponent. You're chasing around. Now you have 10 men.
Goldthwait ahead to Barrett. And the captain will be 1-0 at home. This team didn't lose a home game all last season. 1 down, 15 to go in 2006, it appears.
Absolutely, it's a way to start. Didn't start that great last season. It finished the regular season terrific. Just a excellent start.
Bump on Moreno. Barrett to Clark, and here's the opportunity. Ching gets not enough space.
If that's a 1-1 game, a 1-0 game, you watch. Great first touch. He's around him, and he clipped him. We'll see it again. Yeah, maybe a handball. Yeah. Maybe we're being a little too greedy tonight, wanting 5. Would he have stepped up and taken the penalty? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyone else tries to take it, there'd be an investigation.
I don't know. A big fight between him and Dwayne.
They just made the announcement on stoppage time. A couple of minutes to be added. In the 90th minute on the clock right now.
Now, you don't want anybody to get hurt. No dumb fouls. Don't get yourself booked or in trouble. Just play the game out. Have a little celebration. You know you got to get back at it. Short week because they play on Saturday. You got to get back at it. And disappointment for him, huh? You come in, you think, we got a chance here, and then you have a tough night. You lose 4-2.
Lose your best defenseman for your next game. Lose your hotshot acquired attack man to injury. Ball play to the box, and loose. Karofsky couldn't get a swing at it as Wade Barrett cleans it out.
Yeah. Somebody's down.
Cornell Glenn can't get to it.
Adrian Suru's down.
Back in the goal box. 2 minutes stoppage time. You see the clock ticking top of your screen. 2 minutes stoppage time, plus whatever is added right now as they took a look at Adrian Suru. Acquired from New York last week. And apparently got hit to the program pretty well. You got a lot of good things to say about him during the game.
Yeah, Coach Kinnear said terrific player, great athleticism. Again, the only thing we thought about was, hey, they hadn't played that. Would they be cohesive? And they had a few gaps here and there, but in general, played real well.
Ball get played back in momentarily.